All right, everyone. Welcome here to a live Scrimcast. We are coming at you with a series today between Slavic Angels United on our Legion side taking on White Flag Gamers here on the Hellborn side. We are only a few days away from Clan Tour 3.0, officially starting on Friday with our qualifier uh, eighth spot placement matches for the tournament and uh, the 8 round or 8 team bracket will begin on Saturday. So we are here on Tuesday, only a few days away, as the teams are scrimming in preparation for the tournament. Excited for a series here between these two teams. We have Lodestone, Master of Arms, and Sir Bensington going to be blind banned from the Hellborn side here. And we have Electrician, Engineer, and Moira going to be blind banned from the Legion side. So um, we see some strength initiators as well as some supports being banned out there, with the Sir Bensington being thrown into the mix as a very meta relevant carry or ganker style of core hero, able to participate in those fights with his Nightfall very early on. But very interesting already that they have chosen to ban the Moira on Legion here, and they do decide to pick up the Moraxis. Usually seen as a counter pick to the Moira to a degree. But we do see the Monarch as the first pick from the Hellborn side, as they do get the first pick there. A very common first pick, as we have been seeing in these scrims as of recent. But we see the response picks of Aluna and Moraxis, so they would pick up one support and one initiator to start off their draft here on Legion. And then we see the Pharaoh and the Pyromancer picks coming out, as we could see a support Pyromancer or even a core Pyromancer. Not too sure how we'll see the Pyromancer just yet, but I think they have the option there to run it in both capacities. But the Pharaoh pick, pretty interesting here. It's a Volca signature initiator style of solo lane hero, and no escape heroes, at least just yet, on the Legion side. So looking to be quite good thus far for some lockdown there. I am leaning towards this being more of a support Pyromancer, but again, we'll have to wait and see how the draft evolves here. If that does end up being a mid lane Pyromancer, it would not surprise me, but we'll have to see here moving forward. So far, we have the Puppet Master and Kraken bands coming out from Legion. They get one more band to follow the Kraken band. Then we have Prisoner 945 being banned out from Hellborn here. They definitely don't want to see the Prisoner perhaps in the mid lane. If they do decide to run the Pyromancer there, it would be a pretty easy target for him. Second ban going to be Forsaken Archer here. They're going to get rid of that hard carry. Been seeing a lot of Forsaken Archer lately. She's proven to be a go-to carry option in tournament play as of late. And the third ban and final ban from the Legion side will be the Pebbles. So possibly a paired partner for the Pyromancer as that secondary support. Definitely a wise choice to be banned out there, as we could see a dual mid coming out with the Pyromancer. Reading into the picks there quite nicely, I would say. And then the final ban of the game here will be the Madman coming out from Hellborn. Interesting they choose to get rid of the Madman here, having already picked up the Pharaoh. Typically, we think of Madman as a very mobile carry, but against the Pharaoh, very disruptive for him, I would have to say. But they choose to get rid of that one nonetheless. And we will now see the picks coming up here as the bans are completed. Legion did leave themselves with a lot of extra time. They have all of their 80 seconds of reserve here. Hellborn on the other side, they have dipped into their overtime here. They only have 18 seconds. But again, with only 2 picks remaining, perhaps they have an idea what they would like to run there. Legion side has a lot to consider still, as they have 3 picks remaining. But we'll get our answers here very shortly as to what they will be picking up here. The third pick coming out will be the Chronos. Gonna go with a mobile carry. Very difficult for Pharaoh to lock down there. Looks like that will most likely be their position 1, unless they decide to run an offlane Chronos and pair up another carry hero with that, which I'm leaning towards not being the best idea, but they do have a Moraxis already picked up. Not very good synergy with the Chronos so far. We'll see if they pair some kind of AoE or ranged hero here
You should
with
have
the
seen
Chronos.
your face. It went.
Hello virgins. Welcome to another Scrimcast between 5 animals on each team. Let's see which team abuses broken heroes and items the most. Winners, besides staying virgin, gonna win 13 silver coins each and a free Plinko coupon. Good luck monkeys.
Thank you for the donation. We have Empath coming out on the 4th pick there. They will pick up another support. And it looks like we'll see position 4 Aluna at this point here, and Empath on the main support role. Definitely a good pairing with the Chronos to boost up his damage, make him a bit tankier. And the last pick, I am expecting it to be a mid hero, and they will run Moraxis probably in the side lane, but they still have the option of running mid Moraxis and another offlane hero. But I do think something to pair with the Chronos would be quite nice. Something like a Wretched Hag style of hero would make a lot of sense here. We see Corrupted Disciple and Lord Self-Forest going to be the 2 final picks here from the Hellborn side. So they do go with a dual core lineup here, and it does look like this will be a support Pyromancer. So they will be running the position for Pyromancer. And it appears to be a mid Self-Forest with a carry Corrupted Disciple. Potential here for a tri-lane. As I think Pharaoh would probably prefer to be solo laning than dual laning with the Pyromancer to give him the quicker level 6. The question is whether or not we will see an offensive tri-lane from Hellborn here going up against the weaker carry in Chronos. Definitely needs some more time to come online. So I am expecting a Hellborn aggro tri-lane here, but we'll have to see what they decide to do. It could also be a 2-2-1 setup or a 3-1-1 setup. Probably makes a little bit more sense. But the last pick of the game is going to be Bombardier. There's the mid hero, the AoE centric style of hero to pair with the Chronos. And I think that that is a great pick here. If he's able to get off to a good start, he could definitely look to kind of take over the game. And then look to go into a Staff of the Master for global synergy with the Chronos. Perhaps upgrade the Empath later in the game with the Staff of the Master. That would be very powerful, boosting the Chronos as well. So I think they have a pretty solid pick there in the Bombardier, which synergizes very nicely with the Empath Chronos, giving 3 staffs to the team for the price of 1 legacy upgrade. Very, very nice. We are going to see Moraxis and Aluna, it looks like, go to the bottom lane. I am a little bit surprised that they're going to run Aluna down here. I feel like they should maybe anticipate an aggro try, probably just move Aluna out of the bottom lane and let Moraxis deal with the tri lane, whereas they can focus on getting Chronos the early farm. But we see from Hellborn, they're going to send Pharaoh to the short lane. He's going to be going up against Chronos and Empath, which I believe is a lane he can do just fine in. He should definitely get experience and at least some creep kills. But more or less, Chronos going to be free farming up in the top lane at the moment. So we have the Moraxis going up against the tri-lane, where it does look like we'll see Aluna rotate out of the bottom lane. She just came down here to place a ward. And the question now is, will she go dual lane with the Bombardier, or will she end up going to the top lane, which probably isn't going to be necessary going up against a solo. We have Lord Self-Forest here against the Bombardier. Would say that's early on favored to bomb, but later in the laning phase should be fine for Self-Forest, as he is quite tanky and hard to box out of mid lane with harassment. So we see the Monarch, Corrupted, Pyromancer, tri-lane here. And Aluna actually will stay down here, so we will see a dual lane versus a tri-lane. And I'm wondering if we'll see the Empath come down here as well, if they really want to fight this. But a Moraxis tri-lane does seem kind of odd, as he is not a hero you really want to gimp in levels too much. CD also quite good against melee heroes. We see the Crippling Pollen come out here, some harassment as well. Pyromancer not in range for some follow-up. Pharaoh's gonna be probably okay with going 2 versus 1 here. We see a port from the Pyromancer, and it's actually gonna evolve into 2-1-2 lane setup, with both teams running their hard carry in their respective long lanes, which is not what we're typically used to seeing, but going to be running the more aggressive lane comps in their short lane against the opposing carries. Some more harassment coming in there from Hellborn. Mid lane, we have a 6-1 Bombardier against 6-0 Self-Forest. Very even here early on. So, see if Bombardier can get an advantage here in mid lane, or if Self-Forest continues to do very well here. It's very difficult to keep him out of creep kills. So, the Pharaoh lane up here, I think it's very difficult for them to kill either the Empath or the Chronos. And even though Chronos is a bit more of a passive carry, I think that they should be just fine up here. Whereas the Monarch CD lane, I think, is much scarier against the Moraxis Illuna, as we see Illuna gonna get the first rune of the game there, the Mystic Illusion rune. So Forest has the bottle, and he's not gonna have any rune to take. Not sure if he doesn't know about the rune being taken down here, but perhaps has an idea that Illuna was missing. So no Bloodlust kill yet. We're 2.5 minutes in. 12-1 against 10-3. Still very even. Missed the Bloodlust kill. It was almost a double tap actually, as Moraxis very low on life there. And even with the Illusion rune, it looks like they were able to take out Illuna there from the Hellborn side. So Bloodlust going on to the Corrupted Disciple. Great start for Hellborn here. We have Corrupted on 440 GPM. He's going to use the Golden Apple here, but we have the Marchers picked up. There's the Drain for Vision, and that's going to be a kill. Marax is getting too greedy there in the bottom lane, and they will feed over 2 kills to the Corrupted now. See, no fighting at all in the top lane, just a little harassment being traded back and forth. Illuna now rotating to the top lane. Looks like they have decided to abandon this bottom lane, just let Moraxis solo down here. We see both sides without the bottle being full here, so I think we'll see Self-Forest maybe go to base. He's very low. This Bombardier puts the pressure on him here. Top lane, we had a dive coming out. They do take out the Pharaoh. Pharaoh throws out a Dragonfire stun, but again, the Illuna was up here, so 3 players versus the 2. They take out Pharaoh. They are finally on the board here. It's a 2-1 lead now for Hellborn. And Dutch continues to farm very well down here. 24-3 against the 13-0 Moraxis. Power throw, I think actually might have hit Self-Forest here. But he's going to go back to base. We see the bot rune taken by Monarch for Corrupted Disciple there. They get a double damage rune. Meanwhile, looks like the supports took the Merrick's rune up there. Empath gonna get walled up here. I might actually catch a kill on camera this time. We see Empath going down. They're gonna trade a Pyromancer here. But will Chronos end up going down? He's got 8 power supply and the Golden Apple. And he should be just fine. Let's see if he stays around or if he gets a health potion delivered. Or if he decides to go back to base rather. Currently have Monarch with a Veiled Rod here. Lord Self-Forest is getting close to hitting level 6. But they might not wait for that. We'll see if he does go in with the airstrike or if he just decides to. Oh, that's a lot of damage coming in. There's a Chrysalis from Monarch. And without the Undying, that was a little preemptive there from the side of Hellborn. Meanwhile, top lane, we see Empath falling once again. Pharaoh going to get traded here, as it is again still a 3 versus 2. Pyromancer throws out a Dragonfire stun. This should be a kill on the Chronos as Monarch comes in with the Crippling Pollen, and Illuna will fall back. They actually get 2 for 1 there. They do sack the Pharaoh, but they get 2 kills as Monarch comes in at the end there. We have CD using his double damage here, but don't think we'll see a tower dive. Port coming in from the Chronos, it looks like. They could potentially try to set something up here. But again, without any ultimates, I don't think Corrupted will be in danger. He even avoids the leap there. So we see White Flag Gamers off to a 1,300 gold lead and 1,200 experience lead so far. We have only the Bombardier hitting level 6 so far. Multiple level 6s on Hellborn. Chronos trying to get his 6 for his sphere. As we see, Pyromancer rotating down to bottom lane now. See how much longer Corrupted decides to stay down here. He is still quite comfortable, I would say, before they have any ultimates to deal with him. Meanwhile, Pharaoh, he hits level 6. Has Wrath of the Pharaoh ready to go. Bombardier had a regen rune. He's going to activate that here. Forest on 300 GPM, Bomb on 289. So pretty even here. Neither has gotten any scoreboard participation just yet, but 33 and 8 versus 36 and 3. Very, very even. Bot lane Corrupted takes out the Chronos. He had leap on cooldown. Empath comes in. Gonna die once again. It's a double tap for Pyromancer here. As Monarch came in but wasn't, I believe, involved in any of these kills. This was just Corrupted and Pyromancer getting the 2 kills. So we now have a 7-3 hero kill lead. Monarch spotting out the rotations here from Legion. We'll see if they look to try to do something here. There is a level 6 Chronos. Corrupted runs in rather recklessly here. Gets ultimated by both the Chronos and the Bombardier. A lot of damage coming in from the bomb as they take out the Corrupted there. He might have even been on int boots as well. And we'll see if Corrupted rotates to the top lane now, or if he decides to continue going bottom with them not having the ultimate on Chronos. Could be a possibility. It does end up coming back to the bottom lane here. Still sporting the top GPM in the game. So far, it's not too far behind him with 350. We see a lot of pressure onto both the Chronos and the Empath here from the 2 heroes down there. Invis Lord Self-Forest, there's the Undying. Wall locking him down. He does activate the Matrax. Did use the Quake Stomp as well. We see mass TPs coming in from Hellborn. They take out the Pharaoh. And it was 3 teleports. They might not get the Lord Self-Forest skill here. Oh, there's a bash though. Okay, RNG coming into play. Chronos takes him out. He's going to also rewind here, I believe. No, that was the power supply. So it ends up backfiring. They lose 2 players for that gank attempt, but did force out a lot of ports from Legion. Meanwhile, Corrupted, he's spotting the stacks here, but Empath sees what's going on, and he's probably asking his team if we can defend this. We see Corrupted feeling like it's time to go out of the jungle as it's no longer safe. Pharaoh also not using his Wrath of the Pharaoh in that fight. Wasn't able to get it off on the Moraxes. He's gonna go in on the Bombardier here. Gets stunned up. Doesn't use the wall. He is charging in though. Meanwhile, Chronos leaps in on the Corrupted. He has the ultimate again, the airstrike. They're gonna take out the Corrupted. And it's going to backfire once again for White Flag Gamers. They have given up their lead, which was once a 7-3 hero kill lead, now going to be 7-7. We're all tied up here at the 10.5 minute mark. Bombardier going to work on the stacks here with the assistance from Aluna. We see Lord Selforus going into the jungle. He's going to work on his own jungle stacks. See a tablet coming out from Bombardier. I think we're going to see tablets from both sides this game, as that one to counteract the Pharaoh wall. And then we have the Kronos on the other side. We might see a tablet Selforus at some point, or even on the Pyromancer. He does pick up Steam Boots, which is a little interesting. We don't typically see Steam Boots Selforus. He's going to go for the extra HP build here. But yeah, GPM chart very, very even here. We see the once large, or not large, but the once lead for Hellborn getting reduced down to only 134 gold. Experience as well, very even. Conduit being used here. Corrupted going past the tower, but he's got team support. As we see the crippling Pollen going to get more access here before he can get the Arcane Shield off, setting up from the Pyromancer stun. They'll look to pressure this tower now. Legion gonna probably do the same thing, look to put some pressure on the bottom tower. As we continue to see Selforus sitting in the jungle and working on jungle stacks. Tower falls here in favor of Hellborn. We see Empath, looks like she wants to get a ward down here. Pyromancer ports to the bottom lane, he's got a ward on him. He's gonna place a ward here. They might have an idea that there is a ward in the area. Corrupted gonna avoid the Quake stun there from Moraxis. He's taking heavy pressure. Matrox is gonna explode, he will fall. Bombardier still has the ultimate ready to go and the tablet, he should be just fine. A little bit surprised that he didn't tablet the Moraxis there, maybe it was on cooldown. But either way, this gank attempt on the Corrupted ends up failing, as we see the Energizer picked up on CD. And Moraxis falls once again. He's now 0-3, falling to 217 gold per minute. We see his counterpart Pharaoh up at 322. So him having the 2 kills and some more creep kills, a bit of the difference there. We take a look at the supports, pretty even. Slightly more gold per minute on the side of Hellborn, and that's due to the tower kill. Otherwise, rather equal in terms of the support GPMs. But we've seen Selforus continuously jungle for the last few minutes. He's at 400 gold per minute now. I think he just got a Gnome's Wisdom being delivered to him here. Bot tower is going to get glyphed up here. We'll see if they do decide to defend this. There is a Chrono Field ready to go. And he does pick up the Brass Knuckles on Kronos, which is very interesting. Hasn't gotten any charges on that just yet. We'll see if he goes for the Lightning first, or if he goes into something like an Elder. But I am expecting to see a Lightning at some point. So there's the Steam Boots, Gnome's Wisdom picked up. So first going to be really tanky, as he's working on pressuring the mid tower here. They do use the Chrono Field and the Airstrike here, bottom lane. Corrupted is here now, and the team support. They are going to lose both the Pyro and the Pharaoh here, and Aluna's going to pour it out. She's going to be fine. They got the tower, I believe, in the mid lane. Mid lane tower did fall, but no kills from the side of Hellborn. We see the glowstone on bomb. Looks like he'll be going for the Staff of the Master now, which talked about that being very, very solid for them this game. Corrupted should maybe have something picked up here, perhaps a quick blade or pieces to a light brand. We'll see what he's going to go for. He's going to go the farming route or the fighting route. He did pick up the Energizer thus far. I'm already with half of the Staff of the Master. Needs another 1,300 gold. Farming very well here. He's the top farmer on his team. Kronos almost 400 GPM. Still trailing the Corrupted Disciple. There's the Tablet of Command on Self-Force as well. He's got a nice pair of items there. And perhaps with the tablet picked up, they'll be looking to take a team fight as 5. We see Empath and Bombardier running to the mid lane. But they might run into Corrupted Disciple here. Here's a link on the Pyromancer here. He gets caught out of position. Empath also going to fall. There's a Wrath of the Pharaoh. They did not throw out the Wall of Mummies just yet. He's maybe going to get in range here. Not going to need the wall. And it's going to be a double tap coming out for Corrupted. The airstrike went off as he died, but unfortunately not going to do any damage there. And Chronofield was on cooldown, just coming up now, so not the best timing for them to take an engagement. So we do see the light brand on the Corrupted Disciple. I think that's the right choice this game. It's going to allow him to build into the Dawnbringer, work on some of these jungle stacks. Alforus with not too much fear here. He's feeling very confident. He's going to port up to the top lane. They do have the portal key now just finished on the Meraxes. That's a big pickup for him. And it looks like Pyromancer didn't spot him there. He's going to port out to the base.
You should
2,700
have
gold here
seen
on the
your
Corrupted,
face.
or on the
It went.
Chronos.
It will be a miracle if Legion wins with Mate, the Monkey Ice Brand 1200 MMR abuser, and Sunk Jew, the silver boosted animal, and Anal Hunter, the Trumpster wannabe, together forming a triangle stronger than Bermuda's one. Combined not even a 3-digit IQ.
Thank you for the donation. We have a lot of gold on Chronos here. I think he's saving for the Thunderclaw, which is 3,000 gold. So he's going to have that here in about 100 gold. We saw the Searing Light finished on Corrupted. He's almost at 500 gold per minute now, and they are grouping up toward the Congor with a double damage rune. Going to be given here to... Actually, no, he's going to just use it himself, which is okay. But this should be a Congor. We'll see if the Legion side has any idea this is going on. Empath maybe has an idea. There's the power throw coming in from Aluna. They're going to scout it out. But I don't think they're going to get here in time. And this is going to fall. A 19-minute Congor coming in from the Hellborn side. They're going to bump up their lead to 5,200 gold and 1,600 experience. Chrono's still not buying the Thunderclaw, which is questionable due to having his farming speed reduced here. But yeah, pulling a lot of gold, not definitely going to be ideal. Another 2,000 gold in the bank for Self-Force. We could even see the semi-carry route coming out from him. He could go his own Dawnbringer. Could also look to build into some more aggressive items. And be more of a utility second core, but I think he's gonna be, yep, okay, there's the portal key. So I was thinking something like a portal key could be on his mind. He's gonna pick that up. He's gonna be able to blink in after the Chronos now. He's gonna get solo sphered here. The sphere gonna only land on the Self-Forest. Now that is a tanky target. They did kill the Corrupted already, getting the jump initially. Self-Forest gonna fall. Power throw comes out from the Aluna. And the supporting cast, there was no Chrysalis used from the Monarch here in this fight. They only get the Chronos kill, so both teams heavily aiming the carries As we see the stun going to be avoided there from Rumensky on the Moraxis, and Legion's going to take a really good fight here. They might also get the Pharaoh, to be honest. He's got a tablet, but he's going to be slowed down here, and I don't foresee him getting out of this one. That's going to be a 4-for-1 team fight going the way of Slavic Angels United, as they were initially trailing in Golden Experience prior to that team fight, but well, they still are in at least the gold, but definitely cutting down the lead here with a solid fight. And Kronos buys a Nullfire Blade. Okay, that's quite interesting. I was not expecting the first item Nullfire Blade from Kronos. Not sure if that one's going to prove to be the best pickup, at least early on, but going to boost his fighting power. In the upcoming fights. We see the staff, I believe, just finished on bomb. He already purchased the quick blade. And we have a tablet picked up on Aluna. She's 260 gold per minute. She's doing very well here with steam boots as well. And we see Moraxis might be building into a tablet. I don't know if I necessarily like that pickup. They already have 2 on both the bomb and the Aluna. I think 3 might be overkill here. I think just going into the Hellflower would be better. But not a bad pickup by all means, just not the one I would have liked to have seen. So yeah, we talked about Pharaoh having a tablet. I think it's okay, since the supports, it seems like, aren't getting much gold so far. They wanted the secondary tablet. Not the worst pickup on a Pharaoh. I think we'll maybe see... I think Hellflower probably would be very good on Volca this game to lock down Kronos. We'll force them to buy Storms on Legion. And there's the Steam Staff. He's going for the... ooh, nice Portal Key coming in from Sate. They're going to use the wall, which didn't actually wall him off, but the Chrono Field as well. They use 2 ultimates here with the Airstrike. And Pharaoh jumps in with his Wrath of the Pharaoh. He's trying to find a target. It's very difficult for him with the multiple tablets picked up. They're doing a good job of kiting him. Corrupted Disciple going to get stunned up by the Moraxis as he was going for the Empath. Empath is going to fall here first. Corrupted is on the run now. He's going to survive here. And now Moraxis is the one on the chase. As will they be able to bring him down? He is with a portal key up in 4 seconds, but it's going to get disabled. He is actually going to get tableted here to safety with 8 life. Great tablet coming in. As I believe that was his own tablet. They lose the Pyromancer diving the tower, and now Pharaoh could be in some trouble as Chronos leaps in. Bombardier going to try to take out the Pharaoh there as... Oh, did he rocket snipe the Moraxis? Great snipe from Volca on the Pharaoh. And that was a really nice team fight from both sides in the sense that they did everything they can to try to keep each other alive. It was a very prolonged fight with lots of tablets and heals coming into play. And I think it was a pretty even fight here. Actually, no, I think Hellborn came out on top in this fight. It was pretty chaotic though. But they do go up to a 3,000 gold lead, so we saw the big ultimates really used only on the Salforus, and they didn't bring him down either, so that was a big part of why this fight went really well for Hellborn. They committed their 2 biggest spells to the solo Salforus. And yep, the full Dawnbringer picked up on CD. We'll most likely see... I think we'll see Shrunken this game, even though he is up against the Chronos. I think having the Shrunken is still really good for mitigating the bomb damage, even though he won't be able to get tableted. Fight going on in the top lane. Salforus taking heavy pressure. There's the power thrust coming in. He's going to survive. Sells the double damage rune. Kronos doesn't have a sphere for 10 seconds. He does leap in. He's going to take out the Monarch here, but Lord Salforus with the Undying and the double damage going to take out Kronos in response. Empath falls out and he will die as well. And it was 3 kills as they initially got the Moraxis kill as well. 3 for 1, only trading the Monarch. This is going to result in a tower push most likely, but we do see the dive coming in. Aluna just a little bit too slippery here. She has the tablet and the deja vu. Pharaoh, meanwhile, in the bottom lane takes out the tier 1. So they get 2 towers here on the side of Hellborn. Lead growing now to 8,500 gold and 6,000 experience. Take a look at the damage chart here, CD. He was at the top early on. He remains at the top, so continuing to output great damage for his team. We see everybody at around 10% or less, and then Bomb at 14%. Makes sense. He's got the sphere set up. Naturally deals lots of damage. But yeah, we have Sulfuras above 500 GPM. So 2 top farmers belonging to Hellborn here. And then Bomb and Kronos relatively far behind. They will need to win a couple of fights in order to swing this back in their favor. But yeah, I'm really disliking the first item, Nullfire Blade on Kronos. I think this needed to be, excuse me, a grittier item pickup. Something like the Thunderclaw into a Shrunken Head. But it's really not going to help him with his farming speed at all. We see Pharaoh picking up his first piece of Hellflower. Maraxis could be in trouble. He does have the portal key up in 2 seconds. Oh, CD gonna miss here with the Tide, unfortunately. Thank you for the host. Hope you had a good stream. Welcome everyone to Scrimcast here. We see almost the full gold here for the Shrunken on Corrupted. He's got 4,000. He right clicks the Shrunken Head. He's gonna have that to pair with his Dawnbringer now in a really good spot. They also have the Congors available, which they could look to force a potential Congor fight or a fight for a token. If they do look to do that in the next couple of minutes here. We have 4,000 gold on the Sulfuras. As you see, Legion already ahead of the game here. They're starting their own Congor. I think Hellborn should have been looking to do this one sooner rather than later. We see Icebrand picked up on Sulfuras, so he should be going for Dawnbringer. Hellborn's going to contest here. Pharaoh comes in. There's the airstrike. It does take out the Congor. Good damage coming in. Kronos, is he going to fall here? He had the Undying on him, and he does fall as Empath falls out. And Pharaoh sacrificed himself for the Kronos skills. They tried to steal that Congor. Empath going to get caught here in the trees by the dust. And they're also going to catch the Bombardier. It's a hat-trick coming out for Dutch with that freshly picked up Shrunken Head. And although they didn't steal the Congor, they do take a nice fight there, killing two of the Legion's cores, the big ones being Bombardier and Kronos there, as well as taking out the Empath as well. And the lead beginning to grow even larger now in favor of the Hellborn side here. You see the Frozen Light picked up on Sulfuras is going for the Dawnbringer. Gonna have that one completed very soon here. 4 tablets on Hellborn to deal with this Kronos. Gonna be pretty difficult for him to get a good Chrono Field. They see Spell Shards also picked up on Bomb. I think it's okay for now, but moving forward he should definitely look to staff the Empath. The only problem is Kronos' item build is really lackluster. So again, they're not really getting too much damage output from the Kronos. You're going to see the Hellborn Congor being attempted here. Legion could definitely try to steal this. They have an airstrike up in 10 and they have power throw. They're going to scout out the Congor with the power throws, but if they were to kill this Congor, it would drop a token to Hellborn, and that might not be what they're looking to do. So, I mean, he could airstrike it, but oh, he's gonna actually go for it. He was a little bit late, but man, that would have gave a token. That's hella risky. So we see 2 Congors from Hellborn, 1 Congor from Legion. We'll quickly go over the buffs. before the next fight breaks out. We have movement speed on Pharaoh, movement speed and stats 1 apiece on Pyro, 2 stats in Monarch, 2 movement speeds in Sulphurus, 2 movement speeds in Corrupted, damage on Aluna, stats on Empath, damage on Bomb, movement speed on Maraxis, and movement speed on Chronos. So I think everything there is pretty straightforward. Nothing that really seemed out of the ordinary. Um, Most likely going to see Genjuro or Shroud as Corrupted's next item pickup. Sulphurus 300 off or 200 off the Dawnbringer. Legion gonna attempt to make some kind of sneaky play up here in the top lane. They have this Ward of Sight down, scouting out both the CD and the Monarch right now. They are currently grouped up as 5 up here in the top lane with a Haste Rune on their Bombardier. See the tower get denied here from Hellborn, so they don't commit to anything, despite being 5 players up there. So Firebrand was just picked up by Lord. He's got the Dawn. There's a Storm Spirit on Aluna. She's got almost the same farm as Maraxis, which is actually not really surprising. Not only considering Maraxis' game, but just the nature of Aluna. She's able to farm very easily. Maraxis does get his Matrax off. He gets the Stomp. He does fall, but he does set up for the Chrono Field. There's the Airstrike coming in, and they're going to take out Sulphurus, Pyromancer, and Pharaoh. It's a double tap for Bombardier, and now it's just Monarch and Corrupted Disciple against 4 players. So they committed a lot there from Maraxis, but they stacked up for the Chrono Field into Airstrike, and man, that was a lot of damage coming in. Taking out 3 players with that combo. Kronos getting, I believe, 1 of those kills. He did get the kill on Pharaoh. So gonna slow some momentum here from Hellborn. Bombardier currently in the top lane, split pushing. He's gonna pick up a portal key. This will allow him to continue to split push with more ease. Gives him more mobility against the Pharaoh and the Sulphurus chase potential. Oh, Corrupted. He's going to maybe run into Bomb here. He tablets himself, but this should be a kill. Failed route used there by Dutch. Going to pick off the Bomb. It's a good pick off. He's on the legendary streak now. We'll probably see the Shroud get right-clicked here. He's got 3,000 gold. I mean, alternatively, he could tank up and just soak the Chrono Field Bomb combo, which maybe he's considering. But the very mainstream meta item build is to go Genjuro next. Wouldn't be terrible. Might not necessarily be his best choice. We'll see what he goes for. But he's not buying anything just yet. Wonder if we'll see a Shrunken or a Sheepstick, something on Sulphurus next. They're currently feeling very confident here to pressure the high ground with Bombardier dead, feeling that Kronos will not want to initiate since he is not super scary by himself. Just pick up a Shrunken Head here, but the Rax is being worked on. Bombardier's up in 5 seconds. Will they be able to get the Rax? The damage reduction's kicking in here as the creep wave is no longer here. And Sulphurus is going to get tableted over the wall. They're going to take out Aluna. Empath. What was Empath doing here? I have no idea how he even got in the middle of the Hellborn team. That was very strange. But they're going to spread out here. Try to avoid a potential cluster on the Chrono Field. And it looks like this will be a full Rax. They're just going to let CD poke it down and they're going to reset here. So Hellborn going to take the first Rax of the game. 35 minutes in. And again, Kronos still not very scary. He's only got the Shrunken Head with the Nullfire Blade. Not hitting that hard. Dutch still pulling a ton of gold here. You see a Bound Eye picked up on Monarch. I want to say Pharaoh should be getting close to Hellflower. Maybe this is... Yeah, there we go. He's got the Hellflower picked up. That's a huge pickup from Hellborn. It's gonna lock somebody down. Be very disruptive for them. Honestly, Hellflowering any one of these three heroes on Legion is going to be quite good. Yeah, and there's the Behemoth start. So he does decide to tank up rather than go for the damage route, which I honestly, I think there's a lot of merit to this heart pickup because they don't have a lot of sustained damage. It's all upfront burst. If he survives it, I don't see a way that they can kill Corrupted moving forward because Kronos just isn't outputting enough damage. So unless Dutch's entire team dies and there's 5 people alive, I don't see how he dies with the heart. They're gonna all TP back to the base here. We see the tower taken to below half life here. They're still not committing to an initiation. And the creeps are gonna take out the tower. The deny attempt gonna fail. Bomb's gonna go into another level of spell shards here. Fight starting on the Lord Self-Forest. Hellflower going to line up on the Bombardier. There's the Chronofield, but he cannot get off an airstrike due to that Hellflower, and they will bring down the Lord Self-Forest in that Chronofield, but now Kronos is down without a leap. He is going to fall. He does not have a buyback. It's an onslaught streak coming out for Corrupted as the base dive is starting to happen. We saw a double tap come out from Pyromancer, taking out both the Aluna and the Bombardier. The GG is going to be called here. And it looks like White Flag Gamers will take game number 1 here. Corrupted breaks the 600 gold per minute barrier, but just too much for them to handle. The Kronos unfortunately did not get to the spot where he was able to deal with this Hellborn team. And that will do it here for game number 1. We should have some more action coming up shortly, so stay tuned and we will be right back with game 2 in a few moments here.